All right, so welcome to the Jolla and Sailfish press conference here on this lovely morning. My name is Juhani Lassila. I work as head of communications for Jolla. And any needs you might have, questions, requests, so just come to me and I'm happy to help you with everything. And one note, the press event materials with some photos will be posted on jolla.com/press very soon, so you can get them there. We have quite many exciting things happening for Sailfish currently, and we're really happy that you're here. We will share some of them with you now, and we'll also have some of our dear partners here to talk about them. We'll invite them to the stage later. So yes, let's start the show. We'll give the floor to Antti Saarnio. He's the chairman of Jolla. So he will start. Please.
Thank you, Juhani. Good morning, everybody. Happy to see so many of you are interested in what Jolla is doing today, and we will today go through where we are coming from. What we are going to do. I will be justifying the existence of the operating system, third operating system, what world is needing. And then we will be announcing several device vendor partnerships here today and introducing new very interesting Indian Sailfish product. I hope you will find it interesting. It has been a big effort from Jolla to come to this stage, that we are finally in a phase that we are having device vendor partnerships who will start shipping Sailfish-based devices. It has been a long journey to do it. Can you, Juhani, change your slide? Thank you. So, as a reminder, where our company is coming from is that, of course, our roots are in Nokia. Nokia was investing heavily on the Mi-fone platform, and then later on decided to move to Windows. While part of the team which was developing Mi-fone wanted to establish a new company and continue the operating system development, which we called then renamed as Sailfish operating system. And I can say that it has been a wonderful and a tough journey. I could say that when we started, we had difficulties to get financing because nobody believed. They said to us that this is too difficult project. A small startup can continue developing an operating system. That's impossible. But I'm happy to say that we have actually done it. We have had several difficulties during our journey, but we are now here. We are having commercial partnerships. We are having discussions with governments, with banks, with operators who all want to be finding an alternative operating system solution. So finally we are in a moment that this operating system is becoming commercial, real commercial alternative. Can you change the slide? So we are saying that we are true independent alternative to the world. It also means that we are open platform, we are open for innovation, and if you are looking at the situation with the operating systems at the moment with Android and iOS, those are already becoming closed operating systems. You are not able to go to Silicon Valley, start negotiating new kind of business models easily, but we are easy. We are really here to be flexible, to find regional solutions. How can the world start innovating with the mobile operating systems? Sailfish is running on most of the existing hardwares in the market, so we are fully scalable in terms of hardware, and we are able to run smoothly Android applications as well, which makes us really kind of a real alternative to existing players. Juhani, could you change the slide? If we look at the development in the mobile industry and different eras we have had in the mobile, let's say that I call it the first era, operator era, where the speech was the most an important thing for the usage of the phone. As of today, we are already seeing that people are not so much anymore using phone for speaking. There is more concentrated on social media, internet browsing. Voice is becoming less important at the moment. But this era of the mobile, I call it advertising era, because the revenue model has been coming from advertising. And that's what Google, for example, is exactly that. They are monetizing the consumer data, the exposure of advertising, and making their business from that. But we should understand that this is not the only model, and the world is developing very fast. We already can see that e-commerce, smartphones are being used for purchasing e-commerce items. In India or in China, 70% of the e-commerce is already happening on mobile platforms. So these things are being shops already. It's not about advertising anymore. Then what's happening also very fast in some emerging markets is banking. Banking solutions, mobile wallets in India. What's really interesting is that Africa is leading this area. Kenya has 45% of their GDP goes through mobile wallets today. Kenya just jumped directly from not people having bank accounts to mobile banking. And that's really an emerging trend. And if you think of having your phone not anymore about talking and peaceful communications, but actually it's a shopping item and it's a vehicle to manage your money, you start thinking that, okay, if your wallet is here, if your money is here, what do you want? You start wanting privacy. You don't want to have exposure of your information in that sense. And that's what we are claiming, that the era of the next era in the mobile will be very much focused on privacy. And that's what we are already feeling with our partners when we are discussing with governments and different device vendors and partners. Next slide, please. So, just as a kind of a short look what we are offering to different partners, is that of course we are talking to several different governments at the moment, and they are exactly looking for an own operating system solution for their government official use, like police, politicians, and so on. And they want privacy. They want security and privacy. They want to control the data flow in here, and it's very, very important for them to have their own platform where they can innovate. Banks are becoming very active on here. They understand that they are in the era of mobile banking, they are losing if they are not participating actively. Banks are traditionally slow, but we have seen lots of activity from banks to try to find a solution that they can actually even start offering mobile credits to the consumers. And that's a really fast-moving innovation area, where of course an open platform is very good solution. Operators and also I would say device vendors are both struggling with the margins currently. We need to have an open platform in order to innovate new business models also. Current operating systems, leading operating systems are closed platforms. They are closed business model platforms. It's not possible to start really innovating how do you make money in a new way or what kind of new services you can provide. That's something that we can offer. For e-commerce, I have later on an example from our Indian project, how we work and create value for e-commerce players. We actually are able to position, all our UI is designed in a way that you can position, have a premium location for your partners to offer their service in the user experience. Then the key question is that what do we offer to the consumer? That's the thing you have to succeed anyway. Well, I think the offering actually becomes through our partnerships. If we are able to innovate with our partners, create new solutions which we can seamlessly integrate into the user experience, consumers are getting something completely new. If we could be innovating new mobile credit solutions, we could be innovating new e-commerce shopping solutions. That's where the added value is coming. And of course, one thing what we believe is that the privacy will be emerging as a topic here. Just yesterday there was news that Telegram has reached 100, this privacy-focused messaging application has reached 100 million users already. That's a lot of people privacy. And I believe that this has become slowly, but it will be becoming a mainstream solution, especially when the Internet of Things is coming and emerging also. But we are taking mobile into our homes. We don't want to expose our home data to outside world. We want privacy. That's an emerging trend which is coming. Next slide, please. So how do we work with our partners? We are a startup. We don't have huge R&D resources. We have a great asset. We have a Sailfish operating system, unique open innovation platform. But for this, in order to succeed, we need, of course, the power of our big partners to participate on this. And we have selected a model that we are licensing the operating system to different layers, allowing varying amount of flexibility in terms of how to modify the operating system and how they could build their own versions of the operating system. So we are now currently talking with different governments so that how we could help them to create their own operating system based on the Sailfish OS for their government purposes, as an example. And we have been talking lots about BRICS countries, but also we are now seeing that other countries are waking up for this topic also. They want to build their own kind of a government mobile communication environment which they control themselves. Then industry verticals, even large device vendors are looking for differentiation and new business models, and we are in discussions with several device vendors that how they could make more money with this kind of a new independent operating system. Then we have lots of interest from the security device vendors who see that our open source platform very interesting and very unique opportunity to start building on more security features on top of that. The good side of the open source is that when the code is visible, you can really see that there are no backdoors and other kind of things in the code. And of course, Internet of Things is very interesting emerging area which currently is looking and shaping, and we believe that this kind of a privacy-focused approach, not controlled approach, is something that companies are needing. Next slide. This is now a concrete project. Today we are introducing a device, an Indian device based on Sailfish OS. And this is the background of the project what we've been working for quite a while already. Device will be based on the Sailfish operating system, but what we have been doing is that we have been integrating our partners' services to the operating system. We have a Ghana music player, which is a product of the leading media company, Tans Internet, from India. And then we have a Snapdeal, which is an e-commerce giant in India. Their service is integrated to the user interface. And this is completely new approach in the industry. Currently, on other platforms, these kind of players are not able to negotiate or position their services on the actual home page user interface. And we call these pages, we call them partner pages. And we are, of course, giving a huge value for our partners through this kind of positioning in the user interface. The devices will be shipping also with our store, which is also including Android applications. We have several 100,000 Android applications in the store, so the user actually gets the Android ecosystem benefits as well. So added value is there. And maybe now we could go to the actual device vendor presentations. And I'd like to invite from Intex, Kesha Pansal and Sanjay Kalirona to present the first Indian Sailfish device shipping soon. Thank you.
Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Keshav Bansal and we come from a brand called Intex. It is Mr. Sanjay. He has the mobile business at Intex. Well, I'll briefly and quickly take you all through about Intex. We are a 20-year young brand established in 1996 by Mr. Narendra Bansal. Move forward. We are basically into three product verticals: mobile phones, consumer durables, and IT accessories. Mobiles being the largest forte for us. We are India's largest mobile phone brand. We sell close to 3 million mobile phones in a month in India, out of which 1.5 million are smartphones and 1.5 million are basic feature phones. Yeah, go ahead. A bit about our manufacturing capacities. We've got 4 kind of manufacturing capacities, which are manufacturing speakers, mobile phones, mobile accessories. Again, we are India's largest speaker brand with a capacity of with an annual manufacturing capacity of 4 million speakers, and we are coming up with India's largest manufacturing facility. Again, it's a state called Uttar Pradesh. It's gonna have a manufacturing capacity of around 3 million mobile phones per month. Yeah, you can go ahead. Again, as most of you know, India is still dependent on the business in India is still largely through the old general trade channel. The online space is still gaining traction. 75% of the business in India still happens through the general trade, for which again, the reason why Intex has been so successful is because of the geographic strength and reach. We've got close to 100,000 retailers, which are catered through a network of 1100 plus distributors, which gives us an advantage over other brands, and the reason why which Intex has been so successful because we are present in every nook and corner of the nation. Again, talking about our international presence, SAARC is one of the most, SAARC region is extremely really growing really good for us, and you will see we recently launched the world's India's first Android smartwatch, which got a lot of great traction, especially from the Spanish market. It is called the Iris. Wearable segment is something in which our R&D department has been significantly investing a lot of time and money in. And in the coming next 6 to 8 months, you will see a lot of interesting and aggressive happenings from the house of Intex in the international markets, specifically Europe and Latin America. We move ahead. As I just mentioned you all, we are selling close to in the year 2015 and 16 we will be closing around 30 million mobile phones in say. We can go ahead. And yes, while we are here, of course, Sailfish OS has a complete new, a different, a very premium user experience, something which the Indian consumers really long for. You know, they really want to have a mobile device which can give that kind of with an OS which gives a seamless experience without any buttons, and you know everything happens with just one swipe away. So I think in our endeavor to provide and innovate and give seamless experience, we partnered with Jolla, and probably Sanjay will take you more about the product, what we're gonna.
Yeah. Lastly, as we announce our partnership in MWC Shanghai with Jolla, And from there on, like we are very strongly working with Jolla and planning to launch this device as soon as possible. So like as everyone mentioned here, the time when we are officially ready for the product, and we also have product demo available at our booth. So our plan is to launch this product most probably in end of April and first week of May. So we will be commercially ready with this.
By first week of May.
Yeah.
And interesting point, we are present at hall number 7, booth 44. So request all of you to drop down if you get time. And
move to next slide. Yeah.
we have the specifications.
Yeah, the product is based on Qualcomm chipset and with 5-inch screen HD resolution and quad-core processor with 2 GB memory and 16 GB internal. And then camera on the camera side is 8 megapixel back camera and 2 megapixel front camera with 2500 AMH battery. So that is about the spec of the product. And we also have very exciting packaging for this product. We have developed, especially developed based on the selfies on this. So the product as well as packaging is available at our booth, at our store.
And we are really excited. I mean, we've got we've showcased the prototype in the Indian market. We got it tested with a couple of partners, our retailers, and have had some consumer experiences. People are really liking it, and they really want to explore new and experience the new OS. So I think it's a great move ahead, which we are stepping into.
Yeah, and on the price front, what we are targeting is close to around $120 for this product. So we are targeting that price to be launched in April and May.
Everyone knows India is a price-sensitive market, so we need to. If we are supposed to build numbers, we have to be extremely price conscious. Of the 30 million mobile phones Intex sells every year in India, you'd be quite interested to know that around 75% of those numbers come from the mobile phones which are priced below $70. So that's the kind of way the Indian market operates.
Yeah.
So we will also have the product demos after the presentation. So we have our Fish devices here with some other devices as well, but we will demo those for you. So I'd ask now, Antti, if you can come here. So if you want to take a group picture with Intex.
Yeah.
You should come in the middle.
Okay.
You want like for the handset in here?
Do you have the handset? Can you just take the handset in the hands?
Yeah, we can.
That's right. Yeah.
Have a comment.
Okay.
Okay.
That's from Intex side. Thank you.
Yeah, this is good.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. I think Intex is a beautiful example that how fast these emerging markets are developing. They have, with their strong Indian team, they have suddenly emerged and grown to be the biggest Indian device vendor. And the world is still to be learning that this kind of huge players are coming and conquering the mobile industry. And we are, of course, really proud to be partnering with Intex. If we go further with our what we've been working on, please, Johan, go on the next slide. We've been also busy with Africa. We've been working with African market. As we believe that India is the right market for Sailfish, Africa is also very emerging market for us. It's an young, rapidly developing market, and it's trending away from feature phones, whereas smartphone prices are going down. And some interesting aspects about African market, for example, as an example from Kenya, I already mentioned, is that 45% of the GDP go through the mobile wallets. And this has been the fastest development in the world. 50% of the adults are using mobile wallets for their payments. It's these kind of countries who are jumping ahead actually and leading the development of the mobile industry in service areas like banking. And what we believe that what we can do and offer with our to our partners is that we can integrate the e-commerce services in a new way. We can integrate mobile banking services. We can even introduce with our partners mobile credit solutions which are not yet existing in the world, in a privacy, in a secure way. And now I'm happy to introduce also a new partnership from Africa, with Mi-fone, which is one of the first African device vendors, aiming to be one of the leading African device vendors by 2020. They just recently got as a partner major African corporation as an investor, and they have very aggressive strategy to conquer African continent with their phones. And with Mi-fone, we are now introducing Sailfish as well into their products and starting building this kind of similar ecosystems as we are building with Intex in India with Mi-fone, and of course we are inviting other device vendors to partner with us also. But Africa is very, very interesting for Jolla at the moment. Yes. Next slide, please. And then the most recent partnership, what we are announcing today, is the partnership with Fairphone. Our community, both Fairphone community and our community, has jointly been developing Sailfish port to Fairphone device, and everybody is really excited on this effort. And I would like to invite Olivier Hebert to introduce Fairphone and what we are doing together. Thank you.
Thank you. It's going to be a bit different, I guess. You has heard of Fairphone and what we do? Just have a little feel for. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. So, can I get the next slide, please? Yeah. All right. So Fairphone actually is a very different player in the industry. What we do is we try to highlight a lot of the issues that are present in the production and the consumption and the end of life of consumer electronics, mostly phones. So we originally started off as an awareness campaign many years ago, and then around the issues of conflict minerals that fuel those conflicts in Eastern Congo. And based on the experience of the founders, the most concrete way to actually drive and promote change across the entire value chain of consumer electronics, especially phones, was to become a player in the industry and to actually show that we can do things differently. Right? So what we're doing is basically looking at the full end-to-end life cycle of the product and try to highlight and solve problems from all different angles, both on the social impact of those production of those devices and also the environmental impact. So we have activities, for example, in conflict-free mining in conflict-affected areas in the Congo. But we also are very active in trying to design new devices that promote sustainability and actually long life of our devices. So we've been around for a couple of years by now as an active company. We've had the first product that we brought to market 2 years ago. We sold about 60,000 of these, which were interesting ODM, standard ODM phone. We did quite a few things to improve the device in terms of materials, in terms of the composition of the product, but also the working conditions, the origin of the materials, and we tried to improve things step by step. Now, about last December, I'd say last summer, we actually announced the first fully designed device that we created, which is the Fairphone 2, which we started to launch ship in December. Just get the next slide, right? So what we tried to create was basically a product that would embody everything that we strive for, right? So we tried to look at what drives consumers to actually upgrade or rather change their devices every year, every other year. And so we came up with a very innovative architecture, which is basically a modular construction, which is basically the first commercially available modular phone in the market, with the idea that the most sustainable phone that you can have is the one you already have and you keep using for as long as possible. So the modularity aspect here is designed to make sure that you can maintain the phone in good life and good state for as long as possible, right? And also you can eventually upgrade some of the functionality, so you keep using the base elements for as long as possible, and you can keep upgrading in the future, right? So, and the other things we've done as well is making sure that the device was very robust, much more than an average phone, for example, right? So, and I can just show it to you, it's actually quite interesting. So we built out of a set of modules. So I can just peel off the case. The case is a protective case already, so you don't have to add additional protection. It's very effective actually. You can take out the battery, which is not a feature. But what's really interesting is I can just slide over these two blue clips here, and I can just take out the display in a matter of seconds. Right? I've actually done it on camera earlier this week, and it should basically replace the display of a smartphone in 23 seconds. So, and the rest of the inside of the phone is also constructed out of modules. Basically, all the electronic antiparts, all the elements that actually tend to break, although that user will want to upgrade in the future, are separated in some. Now, we don't only just care about people and the environment, we also care about our users, and we truly believe that our users should have a choice in terms of what software is running on their phones. And we've been very active in promoting diversity in that sector as well. That's why we're very happy to announce that we, with the support of the Jolla community, we've been able to get Sailfish running on our hardware. And it's something we are very happy about. So we got something that's running for some time. So it's still not ready for commercial deployment, but it really shows the power of the community and the effort behind it, that we actually got this to work really nicely. So the phones will still ship with Android for the near future, and after that we are looking to offer also Sailfish as a standard option so the device gets shipped with Sailfish.
Thank you.
And we will also have a couple of Fairphones here, so you can have a look at them after the session. Yes, Olivier, if you could have a photo together.
Okay.
Yeah, switch on the screen.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sure that next year we will have even more device partners in this map, and happy to talk about those new partnerships in next year. But please, let's have if you are interested, to have a look at the devices which are over there. Our own people will be, or
Yeah.
yeah.